Welcome back to my channel. Unless this is the first time you're seeing me, in which case, hello. My name is Emma. I'm 25. I'm from Sweden. And on this channel, I document my attempts at becoming a better person. If you're interested in seeing how that has been going, you can watch my previous videos. But to make a long story short, that is the purpose of my channel. I am not showered today. I have not done anything to my face today. I brushed my hair and that's it, and got dressed in like sweatpants and this. But other than that, everything is the same as it was when I went to bed. For those who are unaware, maybe like first time viewers or whatever, I recently began therapy, like, what is it? Meeting with a shrink and dealing with things. CBT therapy, to be more specific. And I want to say, for those who haven't seen my videos where I've clarified this, but I have a shrink who is a psychologist, not a therapist, but a psychologist. They have a degree in psychology. I think modern psychology is what it's called. Because a therapist does not have a degree in anything, I think, which is why they can't diagnose you with anything. Psychologists have a degree in modern psychology, but I'm not sure if they can diagnose you with anything. And a psychiatrist is someone who has a medical degree in modern medicine, but also in modern psychology. They can diagnose you with stuff, because they know all the medical in and outs of the medical world. I don't know what to call it. So yeah, the guy that I'm seeing professionally for therapy sessions is a psychologist. And he's a good one. Best one I've had so far, to be honest. I've talked about that in prior videos, but yeah. He's the best psychologist I've had up until now. And I don't really know how to explain the way things are feeling right now. I've had 2 therapy sessions so far. And we've talked about bad thoughts, the pros and cons of having bad thoughts. We talked about control. The way these bad thoughts affect us being me, but I'm generalizing. And bad habits. Those are the sort of things we've talked about up until now. I most certainly have learned to view things from an entirely new perspective that I wasn't familiar with prior to my 2 therapy sessions. I'm gonna have more therapy sessions, but I've had 2 up until now, so that's why I keep saying that. I've learned to see things from a perspective that I wasn't familiar with before. I've learned new things about what is good and what is bad. I've learned new things, period, like the names of things and how they work and the fact that they exist and so on and so forth. And I guess I also have picked up a new way of thinking. Like, my thought process has evolved, I guess you could say. Which means that things are getting better, right? Right? I don't know. I'm very confused. And all this confusion is very tiring and draining. That on top of my new perspectives and new thought processes. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it feels like there's just white noise in my head, and I'm not used to it, and I don't know how to handle it. It's like a very violent bee or wasp or whatever being put in a little, I guess, ball, and it just keeps buzzing around like bzzz, kind of like that little golden ball in Harry Potter when they play Quidditch. It just keeps flying around uncontrollably. Excuse me. And that is what it feels like being inside my head on this little tiny golden Quidditch ball flying around uncontrollably in a storm of white noise. But things are getting better. Right? Things are getting better. I'm so confused with everything. I'm very tired. I'm very drained. I still long for change, for improvement, for stimulation, for social activity, and all that sort of stuff. But with this blizzard, this mental blizzard that I'm dealing with, makes everything very confusing. And I'm not used to it. I'm not familiar with it. This is a type of blizzard that I haven't experienced before. I've said in one of my prior videos that I'd go as far as to say that I'm struggling a bit. Yeah. I stand by that still. I'm struggling a little bit. And it's very hard, and it's very confusing. But things are getting better, right? Yeah. I recognize that a change needs to be made. And I need something to distract myself. Preferably by meeting someone new. Or maybe something else that I haven't experienced before. But this change that needs to be made is one that is very difficult to attain, because as per usual, we come back to those 3 problems that I keep having every single time I try to force some change. Number 1, I can't afford it. Cash rules everything around me, right? Didn't make a song about that for no reason. 2, I can't do it because of my struggles, or my issues, I should say. I'm working on that, but I don't know if it'll ever be fixed. I'm 25. My brain has stopped developing. Maybe I'll remain like this forever. But yeah, the second reason or problem is that I can't do whatever that needs to be done because of my issues. And number 3 is that whatever it is that I'm trying to do, I have already done. And it either hasn't worked, or it worked for a while and then stopped working, or it's still working, but that I now need something new. I am very much into philosophy. I have yet to figure out which school of philosophy I belong to. I think that's how you say it. But I have not found one that suits me and my philosophy. I don't think this is because, well, maybe it is because I've come up with a brand new philosophy and this is my own school of philosophy and I can name it and change it and do whatever I want with it. But that feels a little too pretentious. So I'm just gonna say that I just haven't found the name of this philosophy that I have. But I guess I can hype myself up a bit by saying that this is a school of philosophy that no one has ever thought of before, and that's why I can't find anything about it, because I'm the one that came up with it, and that's cool. Though I doubt that that's actually the case. What even is my philosophy, you might ask? Well, if there is time, there is change. Don't settle, because things are gonna change. Don't make a set decision, because things are gonna change. Embrace the change, because it's inevitable. If you try to avoid change, you most likely are gonna have a really hard time, and you're gonna be very confused. much like myself. Because if there is time, there will be change. Time keeps going no matter what. There will always be a now, a then, and a before. Even as I'm talking right now, the now that I was talking about has now become a then. So time is constantly moving, and change is constantly going to be made or present itself, because time doesn't stop, and with time there will be change. This might There is this game series that I am very fond of called Cube Escape. If you're familiar with it, gang gang, but it's called Cube Escape. It is from a, I think, company called Rusty Lake. They have a whole bunch of very interesting games. It's kind of like a puzzle mystery sort of game, but it has a lot of messages in it that I fuck with. And you can play these games on that. You can find them on the App Store. You can find them on the internet. You can find them elsewhere, I'm sure. But Cube Escape by Rusty Lake is a game that is highly recommended by me, because in it there's a lot of talk about time and fate and souls. You might hear my cat chittering, but that is because a real fat pigeon has decided to sit on a perch right outside my window, cooing like there's no tomorrow. I recently learned, actually, that when pigeons and birds and doves coo, it's a mating call. So if a dove or a pigeon or a bird is cooing, that means it's a male trying to find a lady. So go get them bitches. I'm counting on you. You're doing good. That's a side tangent. But in Cube Escape, to talk a lot about fate and time and souls and whatever. And there's these really spooky people who are like black ghosts with glowing white eyes. They are corrupted souls in the game, and they're very scary. I kind of feel like one of those corrupted souls every once and again. Though that is a game, and it's not centered in reality, so there's a big difference. Yeah. So that's a little bit of my philosophy. Trying to cheer myself up a bit. this white noise that I keep having in my head is making it very difficult to function. Well, my everyday life is very challenging because of it. I have quite a few one, two, three, four, five. At least 5 different video ideas about things that I want to talk about. But I can't find the mental energy to make a video about it, because it is so difficult to focus, because there is so much else going on that I'm very, very confused, and I'm very drained, and I'm very tired, and I'm very lost. And I need a distraction so that I can focus on something other than being confused and tired and drained and lost. But every single time I figure out, oh, this could be a potential thing that I could distract myself with, we are hit with those 3 problems every single time that make life extremely difficult. I either can't afford it, can't do it because of my issues, or I have already done it. It is incredibly frustrating to feel like you are stuck. I do feel like I'm stuck. I've been working on the issues part. I think, well, I'm working on it. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or a bad job, but I'm working on it, putting effort into it and all that. Things I have already done. And the things that I can afford, well, work harder, then you'll be able to afford it. I can't. I'm on disability. I get off disability. I can't. I'm a high school dropout and I had no further education. For context, every serious job in Sweden requires a high school diploma. Those kind of jobs that don't require a high school diploma are the kind of jobs that you need physical strength for, like construction and stuff like that, which, I don't know. I don't have much muscles. I was trying to show off my abs, but it's not really visible, I think. I don't know. So I can't do that. And working through my issues is taking a very long time. And during that time, I'm stuck in my head. I'm in this blizzard, all this white noise. Very distracting, which is why I feel the need to get some change. Not like changing a cup, but that would be pretty funny though. But I need to change my surroundings. I need to change what I do. I need to change my everyday life. And it's very difficult because of those 3 problems that I've been mentioning in several videos and twice in this video. And yeah, I'm stuck. I feel stuck. And I'm very confused and tired and drained, lost, and honestly, lonely. I really could use a friend. I've actually had all these I have all these commenters saying that if you ever need to talk, I'm here, and people sending me DMs, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. I'll be honest, I have tried to make friends with people that watch my videos. And it's always like, it has always been that they have this really high expectation that I'm unable to meet. I try to explain it to them. They just don't get it. Or even worse, actually no, I don't really know where I was going with that. But yeah, I can't meet expectations. And I try to be honest about it. And I get shit for it. Feels like. So, yeah. That's why I don't do parasocial relationships, because there are so many expectations that I am very aware that I can't meet. And I try my best to explain that I can't meet these expectations. Stop expecting all of this from me, because I can't, you're gonna be disappointed. And then eventually everyone gets disappointed because they have all these expectations that I can't meet. And me not meeting expectations, excuse me, kinda, sorta, source of my trauma, or a large chunk of it at least. And it's very confusing. Even more so because I know it's my fault for not meeting expectations. I'm fully aware of it. I'm working on it. It's not going that well, but I'm still working on it. Yeah. I'm very confused. I'm very tired. I'm very lost. I'm very lonely. And I'm not used to it. And I don't know how to go about it. But hey, things are getting better, right? Right? I don't know. Thanks for watching.